Hello everybody, my name is Connor and I'm here with Purple Yellow Croc versus Perona. Ironically, I am rocking my Perona playmat. It's a playmat I designed and I do sell. So, yeah, we go first. We do nothing and my opponent drops the Rosinante blocker and gets their card for turn and passes turn. So we have an option here. We go ahead and swing 6 into life, and I'm thinking either they give me a card, they take it, or they give me Rosinante, they take a life. We go ahead and tap 2, and we play out our searcher. I'm just checking to see what I have in hand, and it's a little rough, but we do end up with two Miss Wednesdays, so at least it's not all in vain. I go ahead and put them to the bottom in order. I don't think that it's gonna matter, but yeah, we go ahead and pass turn. So I do have a Croc, I do have Kikinojo, I've got Arrow, I'm feeling okay. My opponent is on their 4 Dawn turn and they are trying to figure out what they want to do. I figured playing against the Perona, the Miss Wednesday I felt like it was worth getting Miss Wednesday and dropping a Miss Wednesday, even though Perona could tap the Miss Wednesday, but they go ahead and tap 4 and they play Borsalino and I'm like, ugh, and they go ahead and swing 5 at me and I just go ahead and take it and we get a Miss Double Finger, which is great. Crocodile, whoa, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do first. I'm all over the place. Crocodile, I get it back. Miss Double Finger ability, I go ahead and I trash Amaru, which I don't hate that, but I know I've done it before, and I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. But we get the Dawn rested, and we are gonna go to 5 Dawn now, which is great. It gives us a little more freedom, or 6 Dawn, excuse me. I know how to count, and we get another Arrow, so we have a couple options. We go ahead and we decide to drop. Well, I'm thinking about dropping Miss Wednesday, but I know my ramp is. I feel pretty solid about my ramp. I go ahead and swing 5, and they go ahead and give me the baby 5 there, and I go ahead and swing 6. I'm keeping 1 Dawn up. They give me the Rosinante blocker. And I drop Miss Wednesday, keeping my Dawn up because I do plan on dropping down to 2 life, assuming they don't kill me, or assuming they don't just kill my board. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what they want to do. I haven't played Perona against a Perona in a while, so they go ahead, Perona ability my Miss Wednesday, which is understandable. They drop Ryuma, solid play from them. I didn't even get to use the Miss Wednesday ability. I kind of suspected something like that would happen, but I wasn't sure. They go ahead and swing, they take it. I get Kikinojo. Kikinojos love me this game. They absolutely love me so much this game, and I love that for me. So I go ahead and get my Dawn for turn, and I haven't seen, I'm counting how much Dawn I have because we've ramped a bit and my Dawn's a little backwards. I go ahead and swing 6 into life. They do still have the Borsalino blocker, and they end up blocking out with Borsalino, which I'm pleased with. I go ahead and swing 5 just to see what they will do. They give me the Rosinante, and that's great. I'm going to go ahead and count my Dawn again, make sure I'm counting right. I tap 8, and I drop Croc, which is lovely. I Dawn -2, and gain a life, and pass turn. So, feeling pretty good about that. With Kikinojo on the board, I'd really like to see an Okamawe. But, you know, I saw Croc, so I can't say Okamawe as well. That's too lucky. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my board state and about like my life, I know that I can Dawn -1 to, I could Croc ability when they attack, and that's great. But they end up Ice Aging Croc. They really said no thank you to that. And then they end up tapping Croc, which honestly I can't be mad. Great play. And then they X-Drake KOing Croc, so I don't get to sort through my cards in hand, which is kind of stinky. And then they swing into life here, and I go ahead and take it. I get a 2K. I'm not pleased about it, but I'm not mad about it. I go ahead and give him the 2K out, and we get another arrow. So my hand is looking not good at all here. I'm a little stressed, honestly. I know I'm going to have to clear board, but I know... I think I untap my leader here in a second. Don't worry about it. So I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I want to do. I don't feel like there's anything really I want to do here. I go ahead and swing the 6 into Ryuma, and I go ahead and swing another 6 into Ryuma. They KO the Miss Double Finger because they don't want to give the life me a life with Geek Nojo, which is understandable. And yeah, wow, I have not untapped my leader. I don't think I swung with leader. I go ahead, tap 4, and play on another Kikanojo. They really showed up for me this game. They were really here. And yeah, so our hand is looking honestly pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know if I untapped with lead, and that is interesting. So I'm gonna go back and watch it again. But if you comment down below if I swung with lead or not, there, I don't think I did. I could have been glancing at my other monitor when I did it though, so who knows. So there's my opponent, I believe, is at 10 Dawn. So there's a couple options of what my opponent can do. I'm not really sure. I haven't played against Perona in a hot minute, so I'm not really sure. But they do end up dropping the Gecko. And I'm like, oh. And they bring back Borsalino. And they get the Rosinante, which is a good combo. But that's rough. That's rough for me. They definitely have established quite a big scary board now. They go ahead and tap 2, and they get the brand new Searcher, and they are searching, and I think they take the Virgo here. They might take, yeah, they take the Virgo. So they do have, I know they have at least a 2K counter in their hand. Looks like they have one. I think they have 2 cards in hand. And one of them is a 2K. So they end up swinging 5 at life, and I just go ahead and I mean I've got 3 arrows in my hand, and we might as well use them. So go ahead, minus the arrow, minus her by 3K. So Perona is swinging 2 at 5, which does not go through. And so yeah, we were just talking about that. I was telling her, I was like, oh my god, this card is goated. Love this card. And then we fumble it. And then they swing this 6. I get on the 2K. Realistically, I could have just played another arrow there, but I don't know if it would have been beneficial exactly. So I go ahead, tap 2. I'm searching for something. I get 2 Okawaways, another 2K, and a huge, massive whiff. That's unfortunate. I end up taking the Okamaway, and I actually do a really... I know I misplay pretty hard coming up here. Not to spoil, but I untap lead, and now that I have basically 8 Dawn and nothing to play, I go ahead and swing 7, 8. I swing 8 into X-Drake. And they go ahead and let Rosinante go, which is understandable. I swing another 8 into X-Drake. I feel like they block with Borsellino, if I remember correctly. This game happened yesterday, so I should. No, okay, they do let extra go, which is great for me. Love that for me. And then I think I swing 7. No, I'm trying to decide between swinging 7 or 5-5. And I do end up swinging 7 because I do have some arrows I can use. So they end up taking that hit, and I pass turn. And my hand is definitely looking rough. Yeah, definitely looking really rough here. And I'm thinking there's a chance I can do something here. And I do a bit of a misplay on this turn, so my opponent 10-drop Dofis me, freezes my lead and my Kikinojos. And I'm not gonna lie, pretty triggered. I'm starting to hate 10-drop Dofi. It's such a pain in my ass. So my opponent swings 5, and I Okama away, and I go to swing into Kikinojo, and I'm like, oh shit. I fumbled, and I'm like, okay, like, I think that I just threw the game. Realistically, I should have tapped 1 and played arrow, and just countered out of that hit, or, taking the hit, and then arrowed this, maybe. I'm trying to think, do I want to arrow, and then 2k, how do I want to do this? Do I want to take this hit? Their board is pretty scary. I go ahead and arrow, and, minus the Gecko from 9 to 6. Is that right? Yeah, 6, and then 2k out. And I go ahead and get my Dawn back, leaving all my guys tapped. And that Okama Way play was so bad. I'm so, like, at this point, I'm, like, pretty thrown off. And, I put my hand on top like that because I was trying to manifest a good card. It did not work for me. I have no idea what to do at this point. I have no idea what to do. Like, what can I do? I have an arrow in my hand though, so I will leave that up. So I just stacked on Miss Valentine, and I swing a massive amount into, I think, Gecko. And they go ahead and 2k out and pass turn, and I'm like, oh no, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. So yeah, that Okama Way play really hurt. I'm thinking that's game, basically. Not really sure what to do at this point. It really depends on what's in my life, and I think my opponent is knowing that. I'm trying to convince her to swing into Kikinojo for the memes. It's not going well. Yeah, the Okama Way play really was just not good. I'm pretty not pleased about that. They go 10 into my life, and I take, and I get another Kikinojo, so I trigger her out. As I said, she loves me this game. I think I've seen all 4. They go ahead and swing 8, and I get the Okama Way. And I'm like, oh my god, I have the Dawn up. They load everything on their lead. And I'm like, okay, I tap 1. I -1, you swing into Kikinojo. And I heal. And that Okama Way saved my life. 100% saved my life. I could not believe how lucky I was. I was so lucky. And there's my final Kikinojo. So with what I have on board, I'm thinking I could probably go for game. I have 4 swings. I have to invest a lot with Miss Valentine, but it might be worth it. So I'm trying to figure out how to best to math this. And I go 6, 8, 9, into life with Kikinojo, and they end up taking it. And yeah, I'm thinking that if I don't go for game here, that's basically game, you know. So 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna go 8, 9. No, I'm trying to think. I'm counting my dawn. I have to math this right. So I end up just swinging 7 into Perona, because my thought is she has to either give me Borsalino. So she counters out, keeps Borsalino up, and I swing, I can't tell how much dawn that is. At least 5, they take it, and I swing 7 at life, and they don't have the counter. They only had 1 counter, and I was so lucky. I can't believe how lucky I was to have that Okama way in my life. And yeah, if I didn't have that Okama way in my life, I would have lost, but yeah, sometimes, you know, the heart of the cards pays off for us. So that is that game. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.